Alrighty. So we all know how to make that. So I'm gonna go new, save changes now, start new. So I'm gonna go from here all the way back, 5.0. Remember that you have to make it because we're gonna go and make a facing so you can follow me. 5.0, enter. So from here, so that's 3, so we're gonna go 1.5, enter. And from here down, we're gonna clean it. Alright, so we're gonna make the stop. And obviously it's wrong. So machining, common machine, machine setup. How much we're facing off? 100,000. This is gonna be a bar. Bar diameter is going to be 3.1. Maximum diameter 3.1. Total bar length, pena
7.1.
7.1. Good job. 7.1. Assembly index 15 inches. 15 inches back. Main spindle. Paul. What is my main spindle home position Zulo?
-7.
Very good. Click OK. And when we double check, 1 inch holding, 1 inch clearance. And over here, 100,000, 50,000. So that's perfect. So now you can go to simulation. And this is just to make the stock. You can pause it. And of course, you can go to view shaded wire. And you can see the chuck. And, and you can see the turret too. That's why you use creative. That's the chuck. Of course, you don't have any tools, so we have to create those tools. Right here is the chuck. And over here also, you can cut it in half. Look over here. So you have half section. Half section is very ideal whenever you're doing ID work. So you can see if the boring bar is not crashing. Okay? So we're gonna pause it. F7. Everybody's there? Good? Right, so aquí le das a este. O sea, lo puedes tener, si lo presionas otra vez, te lo corta lo que tú quieras. Ajá. Done. Second, you make your stop. Done. Third step, we have to make that tool. So I'm going to show you, you can put in your notes how to make a tool. So let's make a tool from the beginning. So you already know it's at the bottom, tools. So you're going to come over here to this option. So you have milling and turning. So we're going to go to turning. After you go to turning, so you're going to go to the first selection. Turning insert, because this is going to be a rough insert. Okay? Remember, system default all, especially now that you're getting a little bit more advanced, especially whenever you go to the second class. Okay, so what is this? So we're going to call it roughing tool. We're going to put it on packet number 1. Then we're going to go to settings. Settings. Turret name. We're going to select index turret 1. Station name, station number 1. because it's on the first one, on the first pocket. Orientation,
What was the first little tab?
this one.
Yeah.
Over here, just the name of the tool. It's a roughing tool.
Okay, that's it.
That's it. Tool number is in pocket number 1. Setting, turret 1. Station, you select station number 1. Orientation, look at the tools. So we know is 3 Victor. So we're done with that page, we go to the next one, shank.
What happened to the 3 Victor?
Under mounting.
Which one?
It's under mounting.
Right here.
Tab down.
Orientation, look over here, orientation. 3B, B as in Victor,
It's the
Okay,
third.
3B.
Yeah.
all right? Then we go to shank, next tab. All that we're changing over here is the shank, A and B, Alpha and Bravo. What we have outside is 1 inch by 1 inch. And probably you're thinking, but man, but I don't, how do you know these numbers? Well, whenever you go to work for a company, they're gonna let you know what type of tooling you have in the shop. So that's what you gotta put in the machine. But over here outside on the lathe that you guys been working is 1 inch by 1 inch. And if you can see, so we're gonna select that one. And then over here is also asking me, A, B, and C, C as in Charlie, is this one. It's telling me it's 10 inches. That's for a parameters over here. I don't know what you got in your computer. But what we have outside is 5 inches. So we're gonna change it to 5 inches. Okay? That's all we're changing in this page. So, shank, 1 inch by 1 inch, and make sure that it's 5 inches right here for Charlie. Then the insert, hopefully it's a standard. So it's a C diamond 80 degrees. That's what we want. Charlie, diamond 80 degrees. And then over here is selecting the standard. If you don't have it, just go ahead and put it. What I really care is the nose radius. Nose radius, 0.015. Okay? Actually, that's kind of like a finished tool, basically.
That's like 31.
Huh?
Is it .031?
Right, so it's just giving you more radius, so it's the less the radius is for more the finish. More of the radius is for more of the roughing. Okay? All right, and then let's see again. Roughing to number 1. That's all I change. On settings, turret number 1, this right here. Station number 1, and then 3B for Victor, vertical. It's actually vertical, 3 vertical. Style is 1 inch by 1 inch, or option number 1/6. And of course, this over here is 5 inches hanging from the turret. And then C diamond 80 degrees. And just make sure that your nose radius is 0.015, or if you have 0.032,000, that's fine too. We click OK. And now we have that tool in there. Okay? Once again, geometry. After geometry, stock. After you created your stock, you have to make your tool. All right? And from here, it's not different from your last exam. Now it's pretty much the same. So what do you think I need next?
Frame chain?
A chain, that's right, okay. So if I'm gonna go do facing, I need to select this vertical line right here. I'm selecting this vertical line, excuse me, and I have to create that chain. So create features and auto chain it. But now, do you see something's going on? It's going what? Backwards. You see that? It's
Oh,
going-
it's starting in the center, moving out.
Right, so
So it
that's
needs to-
not actually how is the machine doing it, right? It's
Mhm.
up
Out,
and down.
Yeah.
This is the opposite.
So we need to reverse the
Right, so how do
direction.
we reverse it? Right here. This button right here, reverse.
Reverse, reverse.
There you go. Reverse,
No, it's gotta be highlighted though.
and then flip it.
Yeah.
Reverse, and then
Reverse. Hit the reverse button first and then click the chain line. No, 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 unclick it. You get it? Now click that vertical line. Oh, there you go. Yep.
So we got it? All right. So we have chain number 1. We good?
Wow.
Rios, Pena, no?
Bien, bien.
You good?
Yeah.
Guys, we almost there. Come on.
I have a magnetic case. If I have like a pole or something, I could just magnetize it. But I also have a camera stand too. You saw that when I was recording. Alright.
Good? All right. So now we're gonna select chain number 1. We're gonna select chain number 1. And now, remember we used to go to milling tools, but now we're gonna go to solid turn. And now it's gonna give you the operations for solid turn and facing. So with chain number 1 selected, we're gonna select the first option, roughing. We're gonna go to general, system default all. Operation name, so we're gonna go phase 100,000. Ignacio,
We click on solid turn,
solid turn, yes sir.
roughing.
Roughing, then you get this. Then go system default all and operation name phase 100,000. All right. Tool. If we go over here to this drop button, we have it. And from now on, every time that you're creating a tool, it's gonna be in there. Okay? That's all you need. So you go strategy now. Type of work. ID, OD, or facing?
Base.
Face. Finish pass. It's only 100,000. No. Okay. Start extension, end extension. So it's asking you a few questions. Of course, I'm going to show you the manual way first, so we can have an idea. Terry, can you do me a favor and hit those lights, please? Thank you. All right. So what it's asking? It's asking for a start extension, end extension, and then over here, and then it's asking, look, it's entry point for Zulu and X. So it's asking it's asking 4 things. A start extension right here, end extension, and then entry mode, and this is gonna be a standard for facing. Zulu, then X-ray, okay? Then it's asking you entry point for Z and entry point for X. Come on, Pena. Here you go. I know we're tired. All right, so don't be afraid. This is gonna be a pretty much a very standard basic math. But if you follow these, I mean, it's gonna work all the time, okay? And probably after you practice, you're gonna do it in your head. All right, you ready?
We're seeing this
Okay, so
here. Click
let's
on Z,
answer
and that's
those
X.
questions.
There we go. Z then X. He's showing us these entry points right here, how to run these.
All right. So somebody help me. So so the first question is what? A start extension?
Oh,
Is it?
Yes.
So a start extension, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's asking for what?
End.
End extension. And then it's asking for entry
Point.
Entry point.
mode, then entry point Z,
entry
X.
entry for Z and
comma,
X. Is that correct? All right, Z is a standard, so this is given. This is pretty much whatever you're gonna be facing off, so that's what you're gonna put in there. So, or it's, I don't know how Professor Eric is teaching you, there is a standard. So I don't know if he's doing 100,000 standard or 1 inch standard. What is he doing? Whenever you guys write in the program.
We usually do it like
We
a
start-
100,000s above it,
Uh-huh.
100,000s in front.
Right, so see, that's the standard. That's very common. I know the book, the Haas book recommends 1 inch. Once again, in industry, that's way too much. All right, so this is a standard. So what is a standard? This is given, 100,000. So that's, you're gonna put that one in there. So that one is given. So we need to find 3. 1, 2, and 3. A start extension, N extension, and X-ray. Okay. So let's see if we can do this very basic that I came out with this format. I'm not a mathematician, but you know, it kind of worked out. Ready? Okay. So it's gonna be your, if I'm not, is all right. So it's gonna be my stock radius material. And you can write it however you want. This is not in the book on eSprit, this is nothing. All right? So, a stock radius material. All right, so let's answer that question. So over here, what is my stock diameter right now?
Diameter 3. Or
3.1.
3.1, but it's asking me for what?
The radius.
Radius.
Radius, so it's gonna be?
1.55.
1.6.
No.
Yeah, 1.55.
1.55.
That's what I said.
Mhm.
Right, so it's, don't make it hard, guys, over here. What is my, let's think about diameter. So this is 3.1. Remember, it's not asking for the final product, it's asking for the stock radius material. So the diameter is 3.1, so we just go 3.1 divided by 2 equals 1.550. Is that correct? I didn't lose no one, right? This is simple. All right, so let's write it over here. 1.550. Minus the start point minus the start point.
I got a question though.
All right.
Why is it 1.55 if 3.1 divided by 2 is 1.5? Where'd you get
It's
the other
not.
one from?
3 divided by 2 is 1.5, but you have 0.1, so you have another 50 thousandths.
Get the calculator, brother. Don't get your phone.
3.1 divided by 2.
Get your phone. Don't waste your time. 3.1? It's okay, it's just a lot of material, bro.
Like you said, you're not looking at the finishing, you're looking at the stock
Okay, go,
before cutting.
Go 3.1 divided by 2. What is it?
Never mind. Yeah.
It's okay. So it's a long day, brother. Don't. That's called fatigue. So anyway, so we know 1.55 minus the start point. Do you guys remember that whenever you made a chain, this one, it made a chain like this, right? And it did an arrow, right? So looking up over here, this is your start point, and this is your end point. So this is your start, and this is your end. So what is my start over here? In my Cartesian coordinates, from here to here. We did the geometry. What is from here to here? Huh?
1.5.
1.5.
You're
'Cause
talking
it's
about
half.
half that
Yeah.
three, right? You're not, because if you're looking at that point to that point, on the board it says 3.
But it's
You want
actually
half that.
1.5.
Right, but I'm talking about on the Cartesian coordinates, right?
Right, so you're going from the halfway point.
Right, so the line is over here. So from here to here is what? It's 1.5.
1.5.
Right. So that's the
It's just-
start point.
It's just that drawing over there.
Okay? I know, just follow. We're almost there, guys. So is the stock radius material minus my start point, 1.5. That equals what?
50,000.
0.5. Oh, 50.
And then a standard plus 100,000 equals 0.150.
Start to extension.
That's what you need. Make sure that we have it in here.
Okay.
And I promise, this is the hardest part. After this, everything is easy money. I swear, easy money. Just give me today your full attention, and after that, it's gonna be easy money. Any questions? So we know how to get started. The start extension, right? The stock radius material. We know how to get that. Where is my start point? We know it's over here. Whatever results, and this is the standard. I just added 100,000, and that's equal 150. Good? All right. Let's do the other one. N extension. My N extension is gonna be my, now it's gonna be my end point. What is my end point?
0, 0.
That's correct. Minus, now minus my end point. Let me just explain. So this is my end point, right? So whenever you're looking at your Cartesian coordinate, this is your end point, 0. All right, and now over here is gonna be, this is a trick question, but why? Because we're making a bar right now, but if you're making a 2, that will change. But let's see how can we answer this. This is, what is my stock inside diameter radius? So here's my part, and they're asking me what is my stock inside diameter radius.
180.
You don't have one inside that.
Oh.
If I don't have it, what does that mean?
0.
0.
0 minus 0.
But remember, if you have a tube, you will have a number in there. Do you see that?
Okay.
So if you're doing a tube, you will have a number in there. Because right now we're only doing bar. But tomorrow we're gonna do tubes. Because this is Houston. You're gonna be doing tubes. A lot of pipes. Okay? So what is my stock? Inside diameter radius, 0. 0.0. We put the 0 in there. What is that equal to?
Zero.
Probably 0.
Plus a standard 100?
21. Simple math.
Yes. Yes, I'm like, you just need to know which one. All right, so we got one more.
X.
This one is given. Entry point for
X.
X.
1.5.
So it's gonna be,
1.5.
it's gonna be this one. The SRM. What is the SRM?
Stock radius material.
Which is 1.5,
5.
5, and then a standard
100,000.
200,000
Oh, 200.
equal
1.5.
1.5750.
So where you get, so that 200, where'd it come from?
It's just a standard because it's radio.
So 100 on each side.
But remember, Mr. Bill,
Well, the 100 on there is the OD. That's what's confusing me. Wouldn't it be
right?
50?
And I know it's gonna be a little bit confusing, but give it about 3 more exercises and it's gonna
So no
click.
matter what, it's gonna be 0.2.
You can play with it. Right now I'm giving you something standard.
I just wanna know why we're doing that. Why do we put 0.2? That's the question.
Right, so if I explain that one, I'm gonna drive you nuts. So it's better from my experience that I do that, and that's why they do the math. The math, they teach you first, this is the steps, this is what you do. And then, with the practice, you're like, oh,
Oh, yeah.
I know why.
Duh.
Right, so right now, if I say this is why, I'm gonna kind of drive you away. So let's get the math first. Questions? Very simple, it's not hard. We good?
Well.
We got this in the notes, reels.
Yep.
At least take a picture. I'm telling you, because
Put
we're
those
gonna have the tendency and
under
the
here.
temptation to put whatever numbers in there, and it's not going to work right.
We were just talking about these start
All right, we good?
and end.
So let's do it.
I know I said it backwards. And then you have X. Zero, or Z stays
Please,
0.
thank you, sir.
Now we're going to do it.
All righty. Okay, so let's answer the question. So start extension, what is it?
1.5.
1. No, what is it?
No, it's 0.150.
0.150. I was like
0.15.
0.15.
0, 0, 0, 0, yeah.
N extension. What is my N extension?
100,000.
Thank you. Then entry mode. This is a standard. Zulo, then X-ray. Entry point for Zulo,
0.
standard, 100,000.
Question.
Right.
When I click on mine, it shows me like little pictures. It doesn't-
Right, so it's gonna show you little pictures. So go to the pictures and you're gonna look for C then X. Look for the one that is C then X, this one.
Yeah, he just changed this. This is now 100,000, not 0.
Entry point, For Zulo, it's 100,000. That's a standard. We say it's a standard. You've been doing it manually with Professor Eric.
Okay.
So now entry point for X-ray. What was the math?
1.750.
1.750.
I get an error when I click OK.
What?
I'll wait. You'll find it.
And then exit mode. We're gonna do the same. We're just gonna copy. C then X. So we look for C then X.
See the next.
Exit point for Zulu, again, copy. 100,000. Exit point for X, 1.750. Tool blend, yes.
Tool blend.
What does that mean?
Yes.
They're just gonna make a nice finish.
Makes a blender.
With tools.
Roughing. Now we're done with this one. Roughing.
Click over here on the side, rough.
Type, length, the stock length. Here we go with eSprit software. It's asking you how much, but see, it's confusing. Because I would put, what, 5 inches, right?
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
how much are you facing off?
100.
100,000.
I know Hamilton. I hate it too, bro. 100,000.
This is face-off length of the stock material.
So it's how much are you facing? All right. Then rough stock. I mean, we're gonna leave anything. And then maximum depth of cut is 0.050 because we're gonna make 2 passes, so 50 and 50. Don't click OK yet. So let's do a summary. General. Remember, operation name, so it was 100,000. Roughing, the tool that we just created. Strategy. Phase. Finish pass, no. Start extension, crazy math. End extension, crazy math. This is a standard for facing C then X. Entry point for C is 100,000 standard. And then the entry point for X-ray, the crazy math that we just did.
And these are the same as
Then over
these.
here, tool, blend, yes. Then we go to the next page. Roughing, type, length. The stock length means how much are you
the
facing off.
of the stock length.
Then we're just gonna select maximum depth of cut, like how much are we gonna be taking every time. So 50,000. We click OK, and we're done, guys. You can breathe. We made it. I know. So now, simulation. F7, single step. So you can see that's the chuck. So now I see my tool, and now on this one, my preference, I turn it. So I can see what it's actually doing. Single step is coming in front, is facing, is passing the 0 point, is moving away, is going up, is going forward 50 more thousand, coming down, passing 0, moving away, and then going the 15 inches back. Facing. All right, let's do it again. So the same program, F7, save changes. In your case, save this one as a template for facing, so you can have it. And then let's do it again. Save changes no. And I'm gonna do it from the beginning. So let's do it together for mass of memory. So we're gonna go line 1. From here to the left, 5.0, enter. From here to the right, enter. It's 3 inches, so 1.5, enter. Down. Keep. So I have my geometry. What is my second step after my geometry?
Stop.
My start, thank you. So I'm gonna go switch to solid turn. I know definitely just looking at it is wrong. So I gotta go to machining, common machining, machine setup. Put my numbers in there. A start position for C, how much I'm facing, 100,000. Bar diameter, 3.1. Maximum diameter, 3.1. Total bar length, 7.1. Part stop length, 7.1. Assembly, index, 15 inches back. Main spindle, 7 inches. Click OK. I double check my stop. That's 50. That's enough for facing. It's holding 1 inch and it's clearing 1 inch. So I know I'm going the right track. Alrighty. So now I need to make my tool. So I'm gonna go over here, tools, milling or turning. I'm gonna go to turning, insert, 624 ohm. Where you at, my man?
I'm still on the parameters for
Okay, what do you need?
one. Maximum diameter is
3.1.
3.1.
Mhm.
The bar length is
7.1.
7.1. Okay.
Good. So this is gonna be a roughing tool. I can put a OD tool. Tool number 1. Setting tool turret name. If you don't select this, it's gonna show 0 tool in your turret. So that's gonna give you an error. Index turret 1. Station 1. Orientation. Look at the pictures, and it's gonna be 3 vertical. Shank, 1 inch by 1 inch. And then over here, Charlie is gonna be 5.0. That is the length that is hanging out. My insert, diamond 80 degrees, and my nose radius 0.015. That's good. Click OK. I have my tool. I'm gonna go to features. And now make that chain. Create. Auto chain it. It's going the wrong direction.
Reverse.
Reverse, that's right. And click just on the lane, on the vertical line. So we have it. So now we're gonna select chain number 1. Solid turn. First option, roughing. General, 674 ohm. Operation name, face. Tool, the one that we just created. Strategy, facing, finish pass, no. Start extension, 0.150. End extension, 0.100. This is C and X, right? 100,000. What is it, 1.750? and then we copy the same at the bottom. What else we got over here? Two blend, yes. Roughing. How much stop length, how much you need to face off? 100,000. Maximum depth of cut, we're gonna make 2 cuts, 0.050,000. Click OK. We see the simulation, single step, it's coming over here, and I turn it around. Alrighty. So we got 8 more minutes. Let's see if we can do one. Like, practice and we go home. A good class.